How was the paper? Do I have human beings sitting in my class? How was the paper? Easy, difficult, scores? Approximate score? How much did you get? Okay, and one should be added because one option was wrong somewhere. Okay, 15. What was the percentile? Only? Okay. Percentile? Okay. How come 1540, 1572? Roshan, score 20. Nice. Others online, what was the kind of scores that we got? Approximately, I just want to know where is my class performing or how much is my class performing? ठीक है होता है यार टेक्नोलॉजी है ह्यूमन एरर हो सकता है यार you can add 3 marks if you no but that is something weird you're saying you're ticking the correct answer is going for a wrong tick. Now see in the option there was in one question the solution told something as an answer and the option was wrong that I found out in one case that you can give yourself 3 marks altogether. ये हमेशा तेरे साथ ही क्यों हो रहा है? Anybody else who's having a problem? You're ticking A, but when you're seeing the solution, it's B. Are you sure you're ticking A? But then why is it happening only with you? Why is it happening only with you? Because last time also you said the same thing. And then it is showing wrong and इधर correct करके दिखा रहा मतलब this is the correct answer. What did you tick? Yeah. So are these 3 marks not included? Then take add 4 marks. It's okay. No problem. 18. Rojan, score in this mark. Sadra. I have been telling every time that you have to buy out your score. Krishna got 30. Hema score in quant? 35. Okay. So I guess we have students ranging from 15 to 35. Sorry, I will not count your score. Yes, Lochin? 23. Why Lochin? The impression that I have of Lochin is not matching with his marks. Okay, yeah. So others, anybody else? Yeah, you have to. So Vishnu is saying maybe while changing your option, you have to save the answer. Are you changing your option by the way? ठीक है कोई बात नहीं technical mistakes होता है यार कोई problem नहीं है. Somebody has 20. Okay. Fair enough. Let's see. I think see here, one thing we need to understand that mistakes have to be contained here. We need to look at that in a very strong manner. I always keep on saying this, that in a quant question, we have 3 parts. The first part is your concept. The second part is reading the question. Your reading precision is what I would say. And the third part is just the calculation. And I want you to, people who are committing silly mistakes or be it 1 question, 2 questions or 3 questions, try to see which area are you lagging in. Clear? If it's in these 2 areas, easy mistakes or difficult mistakes. No, I'm just telling me. I mean, if it is this mistake, if your mistakes are falling in this category, easy to improve or difficult to improve? Okay. Easy to improve. Hema? Okay. Oh wow. She takes a diplomatic stance. Okay. Easy or difficult? Okay. If the mistake falls in this area, easy to improve or difficult to improve? Easy to improve. If your mistake falls in this area, easy to improve or difficult to improve? All of you are completely wrong. The most difficult areas to improve are these 2. If it would have been easy to improve, why are you still committing calculation mistakes in the examination? Whenever I ask a question, there's always a googly factor in it. The most easy area is this because we know, let's say at least in quant, you know, percentage, our concept. Well, it's in Edge Coach. But we have been reading questions right from our childhood in mathematics. We have been calculating right from our childhood. Leave that, at least in the journey of CAT, we have been calculating for last many months. We have been writing 6 mocks or 5 mocks. We're still committing calculation mistakes. Now, these, have you heard about something called unforced errors in lawn tennis? These are unforced errors. Because we don't give a heed to them. Like, oh yeah, that's like a natural flow of the game. And somewhere you need to start mapping which area is your mistake falling into in all the 3 areas, be it LR, be it verbal, or be it quant. And I always tell quant is very easy because you have a template. You have this chapter, this concept, this. Right? And LR, 2 things, guys. One, LR falls under 2 areas, practice. In LR, I don't find something called concept. In LR, there are only 2 things that you have to handle. One is practice, which all of you have been handling well. Second is time pressures. You're practicing well, not able to solve in the examination, which means your ability to handle time pressure is bad. Or maybe you're trying to solve all the questions. I guess Deepak has been telling you, and even I'll be telling you, your first job is to secure some sets. And I also told you in the previous few classes that your decision in LR has to be in first 4 to 5 minutes. You have to decide whether you're entering the set or you're exiting the set. But if you take 5, 5, 5, 5, then you're down by 20 minutes. So first skimming, point number 1, from skimming, shortlisting. And from shortlisting, then maybe zeroing in on which are you going ahead with. Because if you have 40 minutes, the paper notification is out. If you have 40 minutes in the LR examination, and if you're taking 20 minutes to scan, right, then you don't have enough time because you'll have to solve at least 2 sets. And I repeat, 2 sets was a 98 point some percentile last year, 98.6 or 98.8. Right? So even those 2 sets will not help you get a 99 percentile there. So you need to see that you are practicing fast. You're connecting the data statements given to you fast. And I do not know how much are you practicing. Are you practicing daily tests? 2 LRDI sets every day under time pressure? And try to squeeze the time pressure a little more. If you are feeling that you are anyway able to do it, try to keep a 10-minute target. And do not worry, we'll solve more and more. LR and verbal is all about familiarity. How much you are solving, how many kind of sets you are solving. Because see, if you're solving good 400 to 500 sets, I bet your exam sets will somewhere fall as a club of all of them here. Maybe set 1, set 2, club kind of thing altogether. Right? But practice is very important. So is in quant. But in quant, if these 2 areas are still continuing to be your mistakes, it's high time you have to start correcting them. And it's difficult to correct these 2 areas, I'm telling you. You have to consciously do it. Because I'm telling you, when I was preparing for my CAT, I fell in this area. And the way I changed this, I always tell this, you have a calculation speed, you have a reading speed. I term this as a processing speed. Okay. So in the first few mocks, I realized that I am reading the question correctly, but in my mind, I'm taking some other numbers. A lot of us have this habit. We read 20, but we write 40, or we read 20, we write 22. Right. So I was doing those kind of mistakes. Right after the exam, I was solving the questions once again, and I was getting the answers. In the exam, I was taking a wrong answer and coming out. So then I started realizing there's a problem here. There's a problem here because under time pressure, my mind is not, taking the right numbers. So then what I did for that is I reduced my speed. I brought down my speed drastically. Your next target has to be, if you have solved, how many questions have you solved in this mock? Don't come to my class if you're coming with this attitude in my class. If you have solved, let's say maybe, I guess you solved 12 and you got 9 correct. So your next mock target should be, let me first pick 9 and get 9 of them correct. It's okay, fuck mock scores for some time. It's fine here. We are not here to score in mocks here. We are here to identify our mistake areas. Am I improving in my mistake areas? Please do not rush after score to score. I won't be happy with Roshan's 53 years. I'm sorry. I won't be happy with it. Because that doesn't mean I'm sad, but we'll only wait for D-Day. Let's ensure that we are performing, and we'll get it on the D-Day altogether. Right? Be it somebody scoring 38, be it somebody scoring 39, good, but identify in the chapters you knew, are you able to solve? Is there a mistake coming in some area? If yes, let's rectify those mistakes, and that is why personal mentoring is there for you guys. Come talk to us, okay, maybe, or as I told you, I do not mind you squeezing your score. I did not ask you, why did you score less? I just asked a rough score to understand, okay, what is the range of my students? But please understand, my students, if you're not improving on your weaker areas, you won't go up. So do not rush for score in mocks. A lot of students also commit this mistake. In this mock, a verbal score went down. So this week, verbal preparation is on a higher side. Then what will happen? Obviously, next mock, your quant and LR score will go down. Then what you'll realize, verbal score has went up. Somewhere in the mind, you'll be like, okay, verbal has now balanced. Let me focus on quant and LRDI. So what will happen? Next week, you're focusing on quant/LRDI. Then what is happening? That next week, you're not doing verbal. You'll see a fall in verbal score. So that zigzag pattern, I repeat, do not fall for scoring in the mocks. Your target should be is, let me go, pick up the questions I know, make them correct, and get out of the examination. I guess somebody said that, for no reason, I left this question, or I just had last 1.5, 2 minutes, I could have solved one more easy question. No ifs, no buts. That should be a target of the examination. Yes. Please understand this, which means you're scanning the whole paper. After the examination, you should be like, this is the best that I could score. You cannot like, I'm committed calculation mistakes. I could have scored more. Is an if there. Your first target is scan the whole paper. Second target is reduce your unforced errors. Right? And then slowly keep on improving your scores. Right? It's time to get serious, guys, because we hardly have 3.5 months to prepare for GAT. And once the notification is out, it's important for us. And please remember, last 2 months, your strategy has to be a little more constant only. You can't keep on changing your strategy. Now you can still experiment. That's what I'm telling you. I do not mind in next mock, if you're targeting, let me pick the way Deepak says, first one LR set here. Done with one LR set, then second LR set. So by next 4 to 5 mocks, you should be like, come what may, any kind of paper, I am able to solve 2 LR sets correctly and getting out. I am able to solve 10 quant questions correctly and I'm getting out. That is your minimum strategy, and then we'll start building upon that strategy. Clear? Right? So please work on those mistakes which you have been committing. Right? Do not fall for the mock scores altogether. And I guess this paper still gave you good scope to score well in the examination. If I'm not wrong, this question was a good question. We did not discuss this question in the class, but yeah, we can discuss it now. Next is, but it's a very easy question. This was a very easy question, not a difficult question at all. Clear? I'm waiting to see you come on time someday. Every day. So what's the solution if every day you have a traffic? What's the solution of that? Solution simple ra, chudra. Right? Yeah, this was again a very, I guess this was a very easy question, no? Yeah, this was the third easy question of the paper. I think first 3 could have been converted. I do not know if you did not convert the first one, but yeah, second and third should have been converted. Yeah, this was easy. This, okay, leave it as of now because we have not done either or, which is Venn diagrams, but a very easy question. If you know Venn diagrams, is lollipop. Option wrong with telsu. Then option wrong on the. He used this. Somewhere he used this word called I. Yes. So, but yeah, if you understand, if you convert that in the form, car B either car A. It is either car A or car B. That is A union B. Chinnapilla ra, forgive ra, no issues ra. Right, but yeah, there is a mess up in the wordings. This wording was a problem, but yeah, it's a very easy question if you are checking this up. So see, as mentors, I know what ideally the examiner intended to, and somewhere the calculation was correct and the option given was wrong. I guess somewhere that also happened. Nedra, 66% use either A or B. Clear? And 56 use only car A. So all I will do here is total is 66 ra. 56 use car A. Right. So I can put 10 here. I can put 46 here. Okay. Theta you're saying. Yeah. So yeah, theta. So, but yeah, the option was a problem there. But it's okay. No problem. You can leave this question for the time being. Tan, as of now, I'm leaving it till when you're not taught logs and tans. Yeah, this was a repeated question. Don't worry, you might get that repeated questions. Very easy. question of geometry. Should not have left it, ideally. So according to me, fourth question that I'm counting so far. Next, not taught, leave it for the time being. You know it, it's fine, I understand. Again, wrong, huh? Okay, you can go by options. Fair enough. I did not even see that. Something that is not in the list, I did not even see. This had a weird way of writing the question. First of all, how can children be 5/3 of number of people? Maybe the question, the examiner wanted to tell adults and children. So there was a bit of confusion. At the minute I read that, and then I was like, no, I would not go ahead with this question. How can children be more than people? Or either the examiner is trying to tell you there are adults and children, but then that is again deviating with what should I take people to be? Adults or adults plus children? So a syntax error is the question. I was not clear with this question. I would have left this. I would not have wasted my time. Now that is where you need to understand precision of reading comes into picture. Mindful reading. I'm talking about people, I'm talking about children, but I'm saying 5/3 of number of people. No. Clear? Because people may, children also are involved. Ideally, if I'm saying total number of people are adults plus children, right? Or if I nowhere has the question used the word adults. So somewhere the underlying assumption is people involved, children as well. But if people involved children, children cannot be more than people. So there was syntax error. It's okay. You might have some certain issues. Do not worry about it. Get used to them. It's fine. So I'm leaving this question for the time being. If you know maximum minimum of quadratic, it's a very easy question. You will get a quadratic after solving both of them. Clear? But okay, I'm not considering it right now. This had a weird issue with options because I also got some hundreds mein kuch answer aaya tha. And this guy, actually, I saw the solution. 62 is the speed of this guy, according to the solution also. Solution had taken x of this guy, y of this guy, and z of this guy. In the solutions, it was z is greater than or equal to, x is greater than or equal to 61 point something something. And the examiner has ticked 62 as the answer. This is wrong. Clear? So there's a solution error here. So max 2 to 3 minutes of given time to this when I solved for the first time, because understand the speed of DJ is 20 kilometers per hour more than Vishal. And from the first statement, Vishal is more than Amitesh. Clear? So if this guy is 62, 62 is 2 parts. So 3 parts will be 90, 100 something is what I got. When I got 100 something and options were not matching, I just left. I lost 2 to 2.5 minutes, but it's okay, no problem. Clear? So to be left in the exam because options were not matching. This, as I always tell, if in case your score has been less than 20, according to me, you should have converted this. Clear? There's one technical method of solving this. If you know it, you will save time. If you do manually, it might take a bit of time, but yeah, 3 to 4 minutes, you should get the answers. Each term, the differences are in arithmetic progression in this term. We'll discuss that, don't worry. Clear? But yeah, if you do not know it, leave it. But yeah, I am telling you, if your score is less than 20, or let's say 21, according to me, you would have answered 7 questions in the exam. Leave aside your wrongs, that's your problem. 7 questions in 40 minutes, or approximately 3.5 minutes per question. So you would have spent 21 to 25 minutes in solving those 7 questions, which means this question, even if you do manually, it's nothing big. You can do manually and get out because all you need is sum of 10, 20, 20 terms only. Clear? Right? So I would not hesitate grabbing marks if I am finding it difficult to score in the examination. Because this to me is put the numbers, calculate and get out. Clear? Right? So I repeat, depends on conditions. If you know the technical method, sigma method, easy. You can solve in 2.5 minutes. If you do not know and your score is less than 21, still manually you could have solved it. You should at least give 1 minute of try. It's an easy question. The difficult part is calculation. 20 terms you have to calculate. Clear? Right? So as of now, not counting. Yes, no. Yes, no. I'll show you my book. I literally wrote 18 once. And I divided by 6006. I did not even write a 2 into 3 into blah, 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 blah shit. Not required. Clear? Because the number of ones, see, always remember a cyclicity pattern will come up. I got a cyclicity pattern. In my notes, I just had this much part of my notes on working. 5 times calculate, 1 ochindi. You'll have get 1 as a remainder. Then calculate how many more ones will give you one more one. That becomes your answer. We'll discuss that. But must do question in the examination. Numbers are lovely, yaar. I should not hesitate. You and I never match. Don't worry. I'll prove it. Don't worry. You and I never match. I'll prove it. Your logics and my logics rarely match. But I'll prove. Why is it an easy question? And if not, then you can go by divisibility rule. What is 1001? 1001. I also told in one of the classes 1001. Divide 1001 by 13. 7, 11, 13. Right? And there is a form, there's a separate technique also, but you can directly solve it. Should not be a problem. Okay. This question, minimum perimeter. This was a lovely question. I do not know how many of you got it correct, but a lovely question, very easy question. Not a difficult one at all. DBCF. Yes. The DBCF is, where is F? F is on CA. So this was only a problem, but if you have to make it a parallelogram, you have to extend the line. That's the only problem there. But a lovely question. Somewhere the examiner messed up with this part. Clear? But yeah, if you can still think it's not a parallelogram and leave it, good. Right? But if you try to make it a parallelogram, I guess the only problem is the namings of it. But yeah, a good question to remember in case the examiner improvises on this. Right? So I'm not counting it as of now. This should have been done. Very easy. Yes. So, Chabra. Very good. Okay. No issues. We learn from those mistakes. Must do question. Must do question. No, I got the correct answer. One shot low. 6, 7 unda. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, very good. But it's ideally, if that's the case, then you will not get the answer. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go ahead with that. No problem. Clear? Oh, you went on till counting F's. I just saw 1, 2, 3, 4. I stopped. Right? 5 is, and I've seen this question earlier. This was one of the past CAT questions here. So I saw this question earlier, like, TK, simple, apply and get out. Fair, but an easy question in case you're not reading it to precision. Easy question. Very easy question according to me. Successive division. Batch 6 we can excuse, but batch 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very easy question. Should have been converted. If you know basic mensuration or school level mensuration, should have been converted. Very easy question. You just need to know volume of a sphere. That is 4 by 3 pi r cube. So very easy question here. Should not be basic mensuration. Okay, not tough mensuration here. You can leave this, sounded difficult, but yeah, if you know mathematics, again, an easy question, not a difficult question. Modulus, you don't get more difficult questions than these. Do not worry. Clear? But yeah, if you know basic mathematics, then you can also apply this. If not, you can leave it. I'm not counting it here. Okay. Lovely lollipop, easy question. Okay. Sitter, I do not know how many of you convert this, but very easy question to convert in the exam. Why will I jump and solve this question? Exactly right. For these two words, natural numbers and small numbers. Product of 3 numbers is 78. So I know I can factorize 78 and try mix and match of them. But hardly second shot mein answer aa jayega. Clear? So should be solved because it's a question that you should have grabbed in the examination. Right? And please remember, whenever you have these kind of questions, there's no method to solve, trial and error method only. And why did I jump? Because product of 3 numbers is 78, a smaller number. Clear? Right? Now that is where your comfort zone with numbers comes very handy here. Clear? Right? So these words should help me solve. So you should have grabbed this question. Very easy question. Also, again, if you know basic mensuration, you should know the answer. Should very easy question, not a difficult one at all. This was easy, right? Yeah, this was very easy question, not a difficult one at all. This, it's okay. As of now, you can leave it. We'll discuss that sometime later. No problem. Adit, we'll discuss that. This is again a very easy question here. And this needed a bit of understanding, but not a very difficult question. If you have time, enter, you'll get the answers. Not a very difficult question. But yeah, whenever the question uses the word maximum, sometimes it depends on your interpretation of how are you taking the maximum possible point altogether. Clear? But yeah, if you're leaving this question, assuming it's maximum, no problem. So according to me, must solve question number 1. Assuming that you're leaving this, must solve question number 2. Okay, assuming that you do not know this. Question number 3 on a very conservative side. Okay. Question number 4, I cannot escape this. Question number 4. Question number 5. Okay, assuming that you do not know mensuration. Question number 6 per batch is till 5. Batch 6, you can ignore. Next, okay, we can still leave it, no problem. Question number 7, must solve question. Leave it. Question number 8. Sorry, question number 8. Okay, we'll leave this to in case we have time, we will do it. Okay, so because it's slightly lengthy, I'm not touching this. Wrong question. Leave it. Leave it. Question number 9, very easy question. Leaving it. Leaving it. Question number 10. Question number 11. On a very conservative side, I am looking at 11 corrects. Again, if you are able to convert this, 12 corrects. So I'm expecting a score of 36 in the examination, but picking up these questions, as I always tell, if you have been able to pick other questions, those are bonus. Right? So now your job is to see out of these 11 or 12 that we are talking, how many could you have picked and how many you did not pick. And that is what we are looking at. Clear? So 36, anybody with 30 ka score? What is the percentile? 98. So I think fair enough a game here. 35, 36 or 38 ka score. Please understand in the examination, maybe this might go a little higher and then you will still be in the same percentile zone. Right? So all I'm trying to, why did I ask the percentile or why did I ask what is 36 as a percentile? Because we are talking about minimum questions to be picked. 12 questions, 12 into 3 minutes per question on an average. 36. So approximately 99 percentile would be around 14 to 15 questions conversion in this kind of paper. Because every question, no question was very direct. It just involved you to enter, read, solve, and come out. Minimum 2.5 minutes is what we are looking at. A good speed in this paper could be at 2.5 minutes on an average per question. Right? So again, 16 to 18 questions is the max that we are talking about. Clear? How many of you got this correct? Huh? After the exam, you got it correct? Okay. Now, it's a very easy question, guys. Every day, a man meets his wife at a railway station after work. So, okay, they are meeting every day here. Okay. Or this is my railway station. And then she drives him home. She always arrives on time to pick him up. Okay. And one day he catches an earlier train and arrived at a station 1 hour early. So assume that every day the wife comes here and picks him up at 5 o'clock. Clear? Now that day, this guy reached the station at 4 o'clock. And the wife was supposed to pick him at 5 o'clock only, right? So he immediately begins walking home along the same route by which his wife drives. Eventually, his wife sees him on her way to the station and drives him for the rest of the way. Clear? So the man kept on walking. Let's say he met the wife somewhere here. Okay. So every day, what the woman used to do, the woman used to come here, pick him up, go back. That day, what happened? The woman came here, picked him up, and went back. Okay. Now the question says that when they arrive home, the man notices that they arrived 20 minutes earlier than usual. They saved 20 minutes. If they saved 20 minutes, which means, can I say 10 minutes on each path? That is what happened. The woman picked him here and then turned back and reached home 20 minutes early. So she comes here and then goes back the same path. So can I say each side, she would have saved 10 minutes. So she started on time to pick him up at 5 o'clock only. Each side, she saved 10 minutes. He started at 4 o'clock. So can I say the man met his wife at 4:50? Yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. Right? If the man met his wife at 4:50, she saved 10 minutes here. If she meets him at 5 o'clock, she reaches back home dot on time. Right? But now she saved 20 minutes, which means obviously she has to come and go back. So only if she would have met him at 4:50, right? She on the first part 10 minutes early. The same distance, that 10 minutes apart, will be saved while going back also. Right? So she meets the man at 4:50. This guy started at 4 o'clock. That means the time for which the man has been walking is 50 minutes. Yeah. So a standard question again asked in CAT long back. Right? So not that's why I did not count this as of now. But a good convert if you have converted this. If not, again 11 to 12 questions is what we are looking at. Clear? Any doubts in this question? So we can assume, see, 2x is equal to, it starts from here, root 2, okay? So can I say this part can also be replaced as 2x? 2x is equal to root 2 into cube root of 4. And if you observe, again, root 2 into cube root of 4. So from here, this process is again repeating. If 2x is equal to this, can I replace this part as 2x? Clear? If I'm replacing this part as 2x, I can write 2x is equal to square root of 2 into cube root of 4. And can I write into 2x? Clear? If I'm writing cube root of 4 into 2x, 4 into 2 is, this is 8x. Cube root of 8x becomes 2 into cube root of x. Clear? So can I rewrite this as square root of 2 into, from here I get 2 into x to the power 1 by 3. Clear? Which is equal to 2x. Now 2 into 2 is 4. There is x to the power 1 by 3. If I remove this square root, I multiply with 1 by 2 here. That becomes x to the power 1 by 6. So I have 2x is equal to, I get a 2 out here, into x to the power 1 by 6. So 2 and 2 gets cancelled. X is equal to x to the power 1 by 6 from the options. Only this option will satisfy. Clear? So at least give a mindful thought to it. And it's a standard question in mathematics that we have been doing from school days. All you have to do is see from where the cycle is repeating and then replace 2x there and continue from there. Clear? So this is where your first question should have been converted. If you're scanning the paper, first question you left, this question you should have grabbed it. Okay. Any doubts here? Dan Brown has 5 times the coins as Paulo Coelho. Who are these guys? Thank God you know them. Right? And 8 more than Anne Rind. It's Dan Brown has 8 more than Anne Rind, which means, can I say Anne Rind has 8 less than Dan Brown? Okay. So let's say A has 8 less than this guy. Clear? Now, when this guy gave 40% of his coins, 40% of 5x becomes 2x. Now, these guys agreed to divide among them equally. So this guy is becoming 3x now. This guy becomes 2x. And this guy becomes 6x minus 8. Clear? And then now the question says that A has twice as many coins as P. Okay. So 6x minus 8 is equal to 4x, or we have 2x is equal to 8, or we have x is equal to 4. How many did P start with? P started with 4. 6 marks right away once you're entering the test. Clear? How many of you tried the first question in the examination? Out of my class. How many were sure when you read the question, you have not seen a question of that kind in your practice? You are sure that you have not seen a question of that kind? Then why did you try in the examination? Do you think आप start वैसे करोगे? I always tell you, when I ask you questions in my these kind of classes, it has googly. All will like, sir, we tried. See, if you're sure that you have not seen that kind of question, that's the start of the exam. You need to gain marks in the examination. Please tell yourself how many questions in quant total? 26. Please tell yourself there are 25 fucking questions that you have. And all you need is there's 12, 14 questions. I repeat, look at 2.5 minutes on an average per question, unless the paper is dead easy. एक rough approximation लेकर जाओ यार. 2.5 minutes per question. That means you have to attempt how many questions? Approximately 15, 16 questions. 16 is dot. So out of 26, if you're leaving one, you still have 25 other questions, and maybe we are picking 10 to 12 questions in the paper. And that's what you guys have done. So that's where your judgment call starts. Okay, I've not seen a question like this. If I've not seen a question like this, that means I am trying. If I'm trying, that becomes your second list. I was just about to say, in the first 4 minutes of your exam, you should have converted these two questions. But I bet you would have given 2 to 3 minutes for the first question only. Now that's where the start is going wrong. If you have spent 2 minutes on the first question, read 30-35 seconds, you are sure you're not seen, out. बाद में आएंगे यार, mark for review करके आओ ना, problem क्या है? We'll come back to it. Okay, so done with this, assuming that even when the language was disgusting, you should have left Roshan, you left it. Then again wrong, Roshan. 30, hardly 25-30 seconds, you should have left it. Are 2 lines ra. If the language is not according to what you have assumed to be, or you're confused, just leave it, no problem. Clear? Yeah, on the spot you should have left. I mean, hardly 30 seconds max and then out. Yeah, so on 30 seconds you should have left out, not try too much when the language is not clear. सिखाऊंगा, don't worry. ये Sunday को मेरा weekend batch के साथ Venn diagrams है. You will have 2 to 3 good classes on Venn diagrams, do not worry. Okay. So log tan, I'm assuming that we are leaving it. Okay. Any doubts in this question? PQR. So two medians PS and QT intersect at right angle. In fact, that made the job very easy, no? PQR. This is PS and you have QT. They intersect 90 degrees across. Okay. Now, if two medians intersect at a point, that definitely becomes a centroid, because third median also has to pass through that point only. So this becomes my centroid. And centroid divides median in the ratio of 2:1 from the vertex. Right? So I'm given length of, if length of PS is equal to 18, 18 divided in 3 parts. So the top part is 12, the bottom part is 6. 12 divided into 3 parts, 4, 2 4s are 8, and this is, doesn't matter. We want this value. 6, 8, 10 is a triplet. Clear? So 3 questions you should have grabbed, approximately 2.5 minutes each, not even 2.5, 2 minutes each. Clear? This, people who are comfortable with this, replace options and do it, no problem. This, as I said, I would have read the question and I would have left. I would not have attended this question. Clear? This, again, if you know quadratic, maximum minimum of quadratic equation. Clear? So I'm not dealing with this right now. We'll deal with this after quadratic equations class. This, there was a calculation mistake, but how to approach it? Till what extent you got it correct is what, let's see. Did you attempt this question? Sad. So you can still make that statement, but I cannot let that happen to others. Somebody is banking just on arithmetic, right? We can't let that happen to others. But till what extent you were correct in this? If you have not attempted, why not? At least till here, the question was very much understandable here. यहाँ weird हो गया और कुछ नहीं. Till here, if you solved it correct, you still deserve a pat on the back that your speed, time, and distance is going on the track. Well, this is a good question. Clear? The question said Amitesh and Malik, Amitesh and Vishal start towards each other at the same time from Baroda to Ahmedabad. Okay, respectively. So they start together. Baroda and Ahmedabad are 400 kilometers apart. I repeat, I'm only solving till this point, okay? Because this is where the whole mess up happened in the solution also. Okay, so this distance is 400. They started together. So A started from here and Vishal, right? We started from here. The distance is 400. They met at a point which is 160 kilometers from Baroda. That means this is 240. So two people start, two people meet. So time is constant. The ratio of the speeds. So A is to V. This guy is 2x and this guy is 3x. Yeah. Right? Let's say they started at some time here, no problem. Now it says that D starts from Baroda, starts from here 1 hour later after this guy left. Okay. And D meets V or Vishal 1.5 after D starts. That means Vishal left at his time only. Clear? Right? Suppose these guys met after traveling for k hours. Okay, these guys met after traveling for k hours. Now let's talk about the journey between D and V. So can I say this guy started 1 hour later? This guy started as usual. So can I say this guy traveled for K1 is 1 hour because he started 1 hour later? Clear? And together they have covered the distance of 400 kilometers only. Clear? So can I make one more equation there? Right? And the question says that the speed of DJ was at least 20 kilometers an hour more than Vishal. So if I'm assuming that this guy is traveling for K minus 1 hour, that is 3x plus 20 into K minus 1. Clear? Plus 3x into K. Can I say is equal to 400? At least till this part. After this, it just messed up completely. He started 1 hour later here. K is, let's say, they're starting at their usual time only. So if he's starting at 8 o'clock, assume कर ले यार. अब क्या हो रहा है, ये बंदा कितने बजे स्टार्ट कर रहा है? 9 o'clock. ठीक है. और ये बंदा कितने बजे स्टार्ट कर रहा है? 8 o'clock only. So can I say this guy is traveling for 1 hour less? Right? So I'm assuming that this guy traveled for K hours to whatever extent he has traveled. This guy has traveled for K minus 1 hours, and these two guys met 1.5 hours after. Yeah. 1.5, right? So, okay, I did not use that. No, DJ meets Vishal. Yeah. So, wait. Where did he go wrong? So they together traveled for 1.5. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, my bad. So this guy traveled for 1.5 hours. Okay. And can I say, since this guy started 1 hour late, this guy traveled for 2.5 hours? Yes, no. Right? So the distance covered by him and 2.5 into 3x, this is equal to 400. Now is it clear? And here from here you get the value of x. Clear? So from here you get the value of x. And the question says speed of DJ nearest to integer. This is where it went wrong. Somewhere it went wrong. And after this, the examiner also kept on going ahead with this. I guess with this, you get the value of x. What do you get the value of x? 4.5 plus 7.5, that is 12. 12x is equal to 370. Or x is equal to 370 by 12. So we just replace this here also. I'm getting some random number. You can see 3x will be 370 by 12 into 3x plus 20, or into 3, right? Into 3 plus 20. So if you go ahead with this, what do you get? 3 ones are 3 fours are 372 is an integer, no? 372, that is 4 into 9s are 36, 12. So 93 plus 20. The minute I got minimum, it should be 113. I saw the options 40, 50, 60, and here I left out. And then when I checked the solution, it was weird. Simple. Clear? Right? So even if you have done till this in the examination, it's okay. You could have still given 2.5 minutes. Right? Till here, if you would have done, then this part that you are correct. 113 according to this is there. And why did I stop? Because it did not make sense to enter here when the options were not even matching. Clear? And when I saw the solution, the examiner has assumed the speed of this guy as x, and he has ticked as the value of x here. Clear? So at least till this part, this should have been your calculation, and this should have been the value of x there. Clear? So again, as I said, if the options are not matching, you could have left it. What is the best part with this question? Now, a of 1 is equal to 2. Right? Always convert this into your convenient form. Can I write a of n is equal to 2n plus of a of n minus 1? A of n, I'm assuming my current term. is equal to 2n plus the previous term. Okay. So I replace n is equal to 2. 2 into 2 is 4. 4 plus the previous term. That means 2 plus 4, this becomes 6. So find a trend. So a of 3 will be 3 into 2, 6 plus the previous term. So I'm adding 4 to this. Then I'm adding 6 to this. This becomes 12. So now what will you add? 4 into 2. See, 2 into 2, you added here. Then again, 2 into 3, you added here. Now you'll add 2 into 4. So you'll add 8. That becomes 20. This should give you a trend. So what should a of 5 be? 2 into 5 should be added. So this becomes 30. What is a of 6? 2 into 6, that is 12. So 12 to be added. This becomes 42. And that's why I told you, if you have 7 marks in the examination, 7 questions in the examination, you had 4 minutes to get this year. We are done. 6 terms we are done here, yes. Clear? So quickly you can just keep on adding them and move out. That should give you the answer. Technical one we'll discuss in progressions class. The best part of this series is the differences are in arithmetic progression. You can check. The difference is 4, difference is 6, difference is 8, difference is 10. So differences are in arithmetic progression. There is a formula to calculate. We'll discuss that in progressions class. Do not worry. But as I said, if it's 820, and I have even 4 minutes in the examination with these lovely numbers, I should not have hesitated to put my pen down and calculate and move out. Clear? So but you have to be quick enough to add them. Right? And keep on guessing the next term. So a of 7 will be 14 more than this. That is 56. Then 16 more. Then 18 more. Then 20 more. So फटाफट आप add करते जाओगे तो आपका आंसर आते जाएगा. Clear? चलिए proceed. So this one, no? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 18 ones, no? 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay, let's chuck that up. I do not want the quotient. 6006. Okay, 6006. I obviously will go with ones. That means I'm consuming how many ones? 5 ones are consumed. Keep that in mind. Okay, so I'm consuming 5 ones. So what do I have from here? This will give me how much? 5, 0, 1, 5. I'm consuming my 6th one. Okay, 6 8s are 48. So 8 6 are 48. Then you'll have a 0. Again 8 6 are 48. So this becomes 3. This becomes 0 0 3. How many ones have I consumed? 6 ones. My 7th one I'm consuming. 30 is 6 5s are 30. Okay, so into 5 will give you 3 0 0 3 0 and the remainder is 1. Just stop here. Okay, how many ones have we consumed? 7 ones. But I already have 1 here. Clear? Hold it down. 7 ones, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 7 ones. Can I say the remainder will be 1? Sure. So I consumed 7 ones. I wrote 6 more ones. Clear? Which means how many ones did I write? 13 అయిపోయింది కదా ఈ ప్రకారంగా చేసుకుంటే ఆన్సర్ వచ్చేస్తుంది కదా that's where you can consume less time. Stop the minute you get 1 and then ముందుకు వెళ్ళేసి I need not solve every time, no, because same trend will repeat. Quotient మనకి అక్కర్లేదు. How does it make a difference how many zeros am I writing in my quotient? The question is asking you reminder. By consuming 7 ones, I got the remainder 1. So I already have 1 1, which means if I write 6 more ones, if I bring 6 more ones down, I will get 1 as the remainder. Right? Then you see how many more ones you are bringing down, and then you see which portion are you in. So you will be in this portion finally here. 3003 is your answer. 13 అయిపోయిందిరా 13 తర్వాత ఇంకా ఎన్ని వన్స్ ఉన్నాయి 5 18 ones కదా total 5 మిగిలాయి ఇక్కడ 1 will be left. That means 6 ones. 6 ones అయితే I'm here కదా till here. This is my 7th one. 6 ones I'm till here. I get my remainder called 303. That's why I told this is an easy question, because only till this you have to calculate and then be smart enough, drag them down. Please remember one point, quotient is not important. Only number of zeros will be a confusion quotient low. How many ones are you bringing? How many zeros are you adding? But even then it's an easy question, because you just keep on adding a 0 for a 1, 0 for a 1, 0 for a 1. Right? So whenever you have these kind of questions, it's slightly easier for you to look at. Clear? Right? So See, this is where I talk about the previous question, this question, a bit of smarter approach, a bit of calmness you can still grab in case you have not been able to reach that threshold wala score. And why do I ask you to convert this? Now, I cannot ask you to convert this because you are not very great at calculation. But if you're a person who feels that you can calculate and convert, in this question, my mind involvement is zero. Division that we have learned long back in our life. Numbers are lovely. It's not in some concept. It's not even I'm trying. It's not even I'm solving. I am dividing and moving out. I don't consider calculation to be a difficult deal in the examination. Unfortunately, you are proving it. Your target is to move towards accuracy. Move towards accurate calculations. This question, a lot of students, no matter they write this series, they will still get a wrong answer. Why? Because they will be calculating manually. And we all know we suck in manual calculation. So somewhere, if you are struggling in the examination, these are must grabbing marks in the examination. I would definitely do these here. Even if it takes 30 seconds extra, I am sure of 3 marks in the examination. Because in the examination, remember, under time pressure, you might see mind sometimes stops working. Right? You're trying to go fast, but your mind is not pushing fast. So sometimes ideas do not strike. In these kind of questions, ideas are not even required. How to just add and move out. Clear? So you should have just given a thought, maybe this much, because first shot itself is 5 ones. You can't four digit number. First shot itself is you're consuming 5 ones. So 5 kuda teeskunte 3 lots lo ayipovalra. Are you getting it? That should have also been your thought process altogether. And that's what we're doing. First lot, second lot, third lot is our answer. Clear? Next, yeah, what was the problem in this question? ABC perimeter of 45 doesn't matter. So we have A, B, C, and a line DF is drawn parallel to BC, passing through. Oh, okay. Now this is where the catch is. D is not on AB, kada? That's why I got the answer. A line DF is drawn, read carefully. A line DF is drawn parallel to BC and passing through the midpoint of AB and CA at F. We did not say that it's the midpoint of AB is D. Right? So this is F. So these are 2 midpoints. This is F, but a line DF is parallel. Clear? And now the question says DBCF is a parallelogram. So DBCF is a parallelogram. So it should come here. Sorry. So I would draw. ऐसे था क्या? ये हाँ तो फिर ऐसे जाएगा ठीक. So you can have this as your parallelogram. But has parallelograms been done in the class? Not yet. I guess batch 6 is, but yeah, parallelogram, the simple definition, opposite sides are parallel and equal. So, but yeah, confusing wordings, do not worry. Right? I just thought because this was not a parallelogram, so some other figure should be there. Right? And then maybe a second read should have given you the catch this. Clear? Right? So after this, a very easy mix and match, because we know that basic proportionality, if a line is parallel and passing through midpoint of 2 sides of a triangle, then it becomes half of the base. And as per the question, if the perimeter is 45, then one side is 10, second side is 15, and third side is 20. Yeah. Yeah. So if I want the minimum, this also should be minimum, kada? Because these two are same. Right? हाँ तो हाफ होगा ना. तो आप अगर आपको डाउट भी है, अगर ये 20 हुआ तो ये हो गया आपका 10. Now one side you can assume as, oh, this is not important. So one side we can assume as 10 and the other side we can assume as 15. So this 10 means this is midpoint. So this becomes 5 and this becomes 5. Midpoint theorem, kada?
This question is actually better because ABC 3 sides also, which 3 sides you don't know.
So that's why the question is asking you this, kada? So that gives you the flexibility to assume. That's why I told you, mix and match. Worst case, you're confused. You can take this as 20, this as 10. లేకపోతే ఇది 10 తీసుకోవచ్చు, ఇది 20 తీసుకోవచ్చు. Clear? Or 10 and 15, three combinations you can try and then see what is giving you the minimum perimeter or perimeter of the parallelogram. Clear? But yeah, the first point itself is slightly confusing. The question did not tell you where D lies. Right? So it's okay. As we have not counted this in our list, that to completely fill a half tank, X is opened and the tank will be fully filled in 20 hours. So a fully tank is 40 hours. I assume the capacity as 40 liters, 1 liter per hour. Clear? It was open for 4 hours. So 20 liters was filled. In 4 hours, it fills 4 more liters. So we have 24 now. And due to power cut, half of this is gone. That means 12 is gone, 12 is left. And then how much time would it take now to completely fill? So I need how many more liters to fill? I need 28 liters at the speed of 1 liter per hour. So it will take 28 hours to completely fill the tank. Clear? So easy question to convert. Now this is 1 plus 2. Third term is B. 1 plus 2 plus 3. Sixth term is C, and so on, so on, so on. So it is nothing but sum of first n natural numbers. I want 288th term. So honestly, how did I do? I did not try to assume my number. I did not get into a quadratic equation like you mathematical students. Clear? I just directly assumed the value of n as 20. 20 into 21 by 2 will give you 210. Clear? So if you're writing 20 alphabets, you are writing 210 terms of the series. Clear? Right? So 210. So 21st alphabet will be written 21 times. 22nd alphabet will be written 22 times. So 43 plus 210 is 253. We are still there. 23rd alphabet will be written 23 times. This is 66 plus 10, 276. 24th alphabet is going to be my answer. So I repeat, till 23 alphabets, you are writing how many terms? 276 terms. So 24th alphabet, that is X. X is written 24 times. So this is 276. And from here, X is written 24 times. Clear? So 288th term will be X only altogether. Sum of first 10 natural numbers. Okay. Yeah, successive division. Do you remember? 4, 6, 9 are the remainders when it is successively divided by. So this is basically for batch 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Chakradhar, numbers. You left this unit. I'm 100% sure. Right now in the exam, you can expect 2 to 3 questions from numbers as well. There's no guarantee you won't get questions. Okay. So successive division, what is the model? The number will be in the form of 13 into 11 into 15k plus the smallest number of this kind. And the question is also talking about if n is the smallest number. So how do you find the smallest number? Forget this. When you go diagonally, multiply. When you come vertically, you add 11 nines are 99, 99 plus 6, 105. What is 105 into 13? 1050 into 3. 3 fives are 15 and 3 ones are 3. So that becomes how much? 1365. That is into 13 plus 4. So you get 1369. Now divisibility of 9, sum of the digits. 9 plus 9 cancel 1. So when you divide by 9, the remainder is 1. When you divide by 7, 7 twos are, so 7 ones are 7, 66, 63, 39, 35, 4. So the remainder is 4. So 1 plus 4, 5 becomes your answer. Clear? Next, a vessel is in the form of an inverted cone. So the volume of the vessel will be equal to number of balls into volume of each ball, right? Or bullets. Number of bullets and volume of each bullet. So volume of the vessel is a cone. And what is volume of a cone? 1 by 3 pi r square h. So 1 by 3 into pi into depth is 8. That is h. diameter is 10, so R is 5. Clear? This should be equal to number of bullets into each bullet is in the form of a spear, that is 4 by 3 pi r cube. So keep pi as it is because you will get cancelled. And what is R? R is 0.5. So 5 by 10. Sorry, I will not write 1 by 2. Why? There are 5s on the right hand side. Cancel karo na. 1 by 2 लिख के फिर cross multiply करके क्या ही करोगे? When I'm writing 5s here, be mindful there. I have to write 5s there also. Keep that as 5s only. A lot of things will get cancelled parallel. Clear? So your 3 and 3 gets cancelled. Your pi and pi gets cancelled. 2 5s go off. 2 5s go off. Anything else left? 4 and 8 also can cancel. So 4 1s are 4 2s are 5 1s are 5 2s. Anything else? That's it. That's it, right? So 100 into 4, 400. Yeah? Okay. Clear, but yeah, standard model, I guess we did in school days. I still remember. I've not done mensuration after that in my life. Clear? So you should know this basic part and you should be getting your answer. Very easy question, not a difficult one at all. To be left, any doubts here? 10% for 4 years. I do not know how do you calculate. I just calculated it this way. 5.5 for 11 years. 5.5 into 11. 5 into 11 is 55. 5 into 1 is 5 into 10 plus, sorry, 5.5 kada. 5.5 into 11. Yeah, so 5.5 into 10 plus 5.5 into 1. 5.5 into 10 is 55. 5.5 into 1 is 5.5. 55 plus 5.5 is 60.5. So I just wrote these two numbers. Clear? So equal amount, the difference between the interest sources, that's it. So difference is how much? 20.5. That is 205 by 10 percentage, right? 00 into x is equal to 56375 divided by, and this is going to be how much? 5 into 41s and 5 into 2s. Find the sum deposited into 2, right? 2x is what we want. Neha deposited a certain sum and deposited an 2x kada? How much is the deposit? 2x is, no? Clear? So if x is equal to into 2, right? And then 2x, use calculator and mode, or you can directly calculate and move it also. Up to you. Clear? Right? So this is an easy question. I guess answer is 2750, no? Yeah. Because थोड़ी देर पहले solve किया था रे. Clear? And I use calculator, trust me. Because see here I save time here. I'm not going to P, T, R by 100, take common and all that stuff. Simple interest, effective rate of interest. Flat, 4% 10 years, 40%. 11% 5.5 years, 11 into 5.5. Because simple interest, what is effective rate of interest here? P into T into R by 100, no? I'm assuming this as effective rate of interest. Effective means instead of giving you 4 times, what do I give you? One shot. Clear? Right? So that's how I always go with effective rate of interest and I move with my answer. Now, this is a very lovely question. X into Y into Z is equal to 78. In how many ways can I write 78? 78 can be written as 2 into 39, 2 into 3 into 39. Clear? Right? Now, the sum of the square should be equal to 206. Sorry. The sum of the square should be equal to 206. So first I square them up. 169 plus 9 plus 4, no chance. Clear? Then what we can do is, can I write 1 into 6 into 13? 169 plus 36 plus 1 is giving me 206. That's your answer. But in how many ways can we write? I can write them in the form of 1 into 78. Or I can write in the form of 1 into 6 into 13. Or I can write that in the form of 2 into 3 into 13. These are the only 3 ways in which you can write. Because order is not important. The question didn't ask you find the value of x. The question told you x plus y plus z directly. Clear? So any combination. So worst case, you should have put in these three. This is out of picture because square of 78 is 4,000 or 6,000 something. 80 square is 6,400. So this is out of picture, right? This definitely would have given you the answer. Worst case, even if you would have written this, lovely numbers. 169 plus 9 is 178 plus 4, 182, not matching. So only this is going to be your answer. So that you can keep in mind because these are the only three ways in which I can write 78. Clear? Keeping two ones, thought process, keeping two ones, keeping one, keeping no ones. Clear? 10% for 2 years. This was again very simple. No? 10% 2 years compounded annually. Need not calculate. 21%. 10% 2 years compounded half yearly. 5% 4 times. What is 5% 2 times compounding? 10.25. Again 5% 2 times is 10.25. 10.25 plus 10.25 plus 10.25 whole square divided by 100. Do not commit a calculation mistake. Use calculator and get out. Flat. अभी तो बोला कैलकुलेटर यूज करो मैं बोला क्या राउंड ऑफ करो why are you giving it potential that's why I told you use calculator and please remember in cat they prefer you using calculator at least in SICI question and अगर fill in the blank है तो और भी बड़ा पंगा है आप राउंड ऑफ कर रहे हो 1 rupee here and there your answer won't match and I guess I told you also that in SICI especially CI use calculator. You can't round off in compound interest because see examiner ka thought process is as I'm telling you we are not using calculator always but we should know when to use calculator in compound interest even if you have 3-4 decimal points use calculator and generally the answers are fill in the blank because they know that they have smart brains like us also who will approximate like us we do that in other exams we will approximate but in cat no so no keep that in mind అందుకే చెప్తున్నాను కదా రౌండ్ ఆఫ్ చేయకోరా రౌండ్ ఆఫ్ చేయకో ఎగ్జాక్ట్ ఆన్సర్ వస్తుంది ఐ గాట్ ఎగ్జాక్ట్ ఆన్సర్ 6 decimal points, no? 10.25 plus 10.25 is how much? 20.5. So 10.25 into 10.25 is this divided by 100 is 1.050625 plus 20.5. 21.550625 minus, sorry, minus 21 divided by 21 into 100. 2.6222 వస్తుంది చూడు then why do you have 2.61 maybe you have approximated here again use calculator no in compound interest you have to use calculator okay next part is this is simple here the if you have solved this question he defrauds his customer by using a cylindrical tumbler with the base raised upward like a hemisphere. What is hemisphere? Half circle, right? So it's something like this. So the base is something like this. So can I say this is the only quantity by which he'll be cheating? So volume of a hemisphere is the cheat quantity, right? Divided by volume of the cylinder. Or initial value is volume of the cylinder, no? It should have been volume of cylinder, but he gave you this much. It should have been this much. Okay? It's a cylinder, okay? So it should have been this much. This is your initial value, but he gave you this much. So the gap is this. So you need not do too much of calculation also. Volume of hemisphere is the change. Final value minus initial value by volume of cylinder into 100 should be your answer. And again, a lot of pi's and r's will get cancelled. Clear? Next is any doubts here? OPEN is a square and T is a point on OPEN. T is a point on side NO such that the triangle TOP, okay? Yeah, I remember this question. Yeah, TOP has an area of 62. Let's say this is the side A, this is X, so this becomes A minus X. So can I say this is a right angle triangle? So I can say half into A minus X into A is equal to 62. Then triangle TEN, where is T? T is this, no? Okay. Triangle TEN has an area of 10. So the area of triangle TN is half into A into best part is divide both of them. A will get cancelled, half will get cancelled. You get the value of ratios. Clear? Or you can also add them. Either way, no problem. Clear? So very easy, two numbers, but more important point I want to tell you is you will generally get right angle triangles indirectly either in squares or rectangles, or you saw that way, right? Two medians intersect at 90 degrees. So it's a way for examiner to push you towards you are seeing a square and you're telling yourself, I have not done square. Let me not attempt this question. But please make it a point. If the examiner directly gives you right angle triangle, he knows that you will be able to solve. But somewhere the examiner is trying to play with the psyche of the student under time pressure. So right angle triangle based questions are favorites of either a circle tangent, radius and tangent make 90 degrees. We'll discuss that in circles, okay? Or rectangles or squares. Preferred are these three. Okay. So please do not leave thinking it as a square. At least draw the diagram and then you can leave it. Maybe you do not know the way it happened in parallelogram. If you're sure you do not know the area of parallelogram or perimeter of parallelogram, leave it, no problem. But just put the figure on the paper and see whether you're able to convert them or not. Clear? This, yeah. So now remember these kind of questions. These are very open-ended questions here. Instead of trying to solve mathematically, A plus B plus C is equal to 0, where A is not equal to B is not equal to C. Clear? Which means, can I say for any value of A plus B plus C is equal to 0, we should get the same answer of this equation? Because universal statement. A plus B plus C is equal to 0. A not equal to B not equal to C. So if you are satisfying this much of condition, any value of this, you should always get the same answer of this. And one more point is cannot be determined is also not there. Clear? Or if you are still in doubt, take two examples. First example, very simple numbers, +1, 0, -1. Second example, +2, 0, -2. See, are you getting the same answer or not? If you're getting the same answer, the answer is that one only. And generally, these kind of questions generally fall under these three figures only. Generally. And among these three numbers also, most of the cases, the answer is going to be 0. Most of the cases. A trend in CAT. A lot of questions of these kind have come up in CAT. Most of the cases, the answer has been 0. So I had one more faculty called Chaitanya. He used to be like, time nahi hai. Aisa question aaya. Ya 0 ya 1 mark ke aa jao yaar. Koi na koi correct ho jayega. But like, see, I've done research on this. These kind of questions are either 0 or 1. Most of them are 0 only. So don't waste time in the exam. 0 koti sochi answer. Right? Agar led raha. Maths raha. And the time kuda ledu man daggara. Instead of that, leave and solve that calculation on the question. No, but logs also they can give you different values also. Kada. Base 5 square. Ala kuda avoch kada. Right? This was very easy. Any doubts here? Two cars traveling towards each other 500 meters. Yeah, this was a direct question only here. Car X is traveling 20 kilometers per hour faster than car Y. So 4 hours of this plus 4 hours of this is equal to inta kada? That's it, no? Yeah. So 8Y is equal to 420. Or y is equal to 420 divided by 8. 8 5s are 40, 20, 52.5 and 72.5 should be your answer. Clear? This you want me to solve? A circle of radius 6 centimeters is placed overlapping the square of an area 128 centimeters square. 128 is 2 to the power 7. So if a square is equal to 2 to the power 7, that means the value of a becomes how much? 2 cube into root 2. Clear? So 8 root 2 is the side of the square. And what is the diagonal of the square? Root 2 into a. So root 2 into 8 root 2 becomes 16. Now this is where the best part is. 16 is the diagonal. Okay. Now the question says that a circle is drawn from the intersection point of the diagonals. So if this is my intersection point, can I say if this total is how much? 16. So this is 8 and this is 8. And I have the circle of a radius 6. The circle of a radius is 6. It might go somewhere like this. Crossing not completely there. I'm not sure if it is below or outside. Again, something like this, or outside also. But if you want the maximum distance from the vertex of the square to any point on the circle, can I say the maximum distance will be this and this? Clear? So what you can think is this is the center of the circle. So this is radius. And this is half of the diagonal. 6 plus 8 is 14. Clear? So I just drew till this. I read this statement because see, unless required, is it inside or outside? Then I will not have thought of drawing the actual figure. I just knew that it's somewhere crossing at 6, 6, 6, 6. And then when I read the question statement, I don't need to know whether the circle is inside or outside. Since the maximum point is asked, and if the circle is outside also, it won't go too far. Somewhere here only. Clear? So the maximum distance that you can see is somewhere the other end of the circle and the opposite side of the vertex. Clear? But yeah, the word maximum is subject to interpretation. If I could figure out that is the case, jackpot. Right? But not always a standard question altogether. Which one? These two. Yes. That's it. Yeah, I think I would still be happy with 33 to 36 score in this paper. But yeah, if you are able to convert those extra questions, I think yeah, 36 to 40 could be a good conversion looking at 3 months from CAT. Point number 2, did you go through the website of CAT? Please go through it. There are formats for OBC certificates, SC/ST certificates, in case you're falling in that category. At least see the complete format. Do not wait for the last days to fill the form. Clear? Start filling the form and understanding what are the requirements there, because payment is the last option. You might have to get the data. Point number 2, a lot of what every year this thing happens. Students, I do not know how can they commit this mistake. They enter their wrong marks or wrong percentage. Right? So please read the instructions carefully. Just now the form has started. August 3rd, I guess. Right? So today we are 2nd. So just tomorrow the forms will be starting. Just go through it. Understand the constraints, your university, CGPA to percentage conversion, research properly, have a proper calculation of marks. Because see here, IIMs will take the data from CAT form. Other institutes, you still have a chance to reapply for that college separately. But IIMs will take the data from the CAT form. Now, by chance, you have entered a wrong percentage of marks. And let's say we have performed well and we have grabbed an IIM call interview. Let's say IIM Ahmedabad. You can't enter the examination room saying, sir, I just want to clarify that in the CAT form, I wrote this. And IIM Ahmedabad will not accept, because IIM Ahmedabad also gives weightage to your CAT score before, sorry, your academic score before giving you a call. There is a procedure guidelines in IIM Ahmedabad's website. Right. So please ensure that that one column you are filling it very carefully. Work experience, if you have any number of months of work experience, read the form carefully. Else entering the interview room with a sorry face is always a sad sign. And the point is quite simple. If you're a serious student, you will not commit those mistakes. You'll be very careful in filling up the form. Clear? Right? So please ensure that you're filling up carefully. And then let's see what are the requirements. See that I remember last but 1 year, they had mentioned passport size photo with white background. One girl uploaded with blue background. यार जब white background बोल रहा है, जाओगे 10 मिनट में photo मिल जाएगा यार. Right, and do not give me those primitive age figure, passport size photos. It hardly takes 10 minutes. Go get a fresh photo, get it with a required background, tell him to give you a soft copy, upload it. Clear? So please read the instructions tomorrow. I'm not asking to fill tomorrow, but read the instructions tomorrow. See, form is very serious to us, more than mocks as well. Right? So be careful in attempting in filling up the form. Take your time, read it 2 to 3 times, and then finally submit it. Even if you submit late, you still get Vizag. All the last 4 to 5 years, I have been filling on last day, coincidentally, 10 to 11 p.m. in the night. Every time. Okay, and coincidentally, the deadline also gets extended by 2 to 3 days. Because last day the server is busy and all that stuff, but I am still able to do it, and I still get Vishakhapatnam always. But yeah, having said that, don't take that risk. Do apply, but yeah, don't be too early also, don't be too late as well. Clear? Right? Thank you. See you guys later. Time.